Thank you so much for joining us for Quad Cities Live. I'm Morgan Otier. Well, as our weather this season begins to warm up, consider creating a dream getaway without ever leaving home. From outdoor lighting to patios, even pools, Curb Appeal QCA is a family-owned landscaping company that has been transforming yards since 2007. Here with a closer look at the variety of options available is owner Caleb Muting, along with project manager Colin Waddick. Thank you both for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you so much for sticking with us today. Caleb, talk a little bit about Curb Appeal. We mentioned that the business started back in 2007, so nearly 20 years ago. Give us a little background on this family business.
Yeah, so Curb Appeal actually started with my dad and my uncle. They started the company. They had always had a mowing business, and then they kind of wanted to make something more of it. So they turned it into Curb Appeal. They did mowing. They worked for one builder, and from there things just kind of took off, and we've made it to where we are today.
Yeah, I mean, that's really amazing. Congratulations to your entire family for that, because I think it's really incredible to think of something starting out just like what we're going to start with is we're going to start with we're going to mow, we're going to do some regular landscaping, and to turn it into what you have is remarkable. Really, it is. Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course. So, Colin, speaking of, let's talk about some of the services that you guys provide. There is quite a long list. It goes far beyond, plants and flowers and mowing, so to speak.
Yeah, for sure. We do. I mean, pretty much everything with outdoors. We do everything from your general landscaping, so plantings, landscape beds, to patios, retaining walls, outdoor lighting. Grading and seeding, do a lot of our grading and seeding work, outdoor drain tiling. We pretty much anything with the outdoors we cover. So
that's really incredible, and because we're seeing some of these photos on the screen right now, showing all the different things that you do. And I will say, a lot of times I think we find different companies you have to call to do these different things. So if you want to do like a fire feature or an outdoor cooking, scenario, if you want to put a pool or spa in or do lighting, even grading, like the work you were just talking about where you're talking about moving dirt around and things like that, it feels like oftentimes you have to piecemeal together by calling different companies to do that. So is that something that you find as far as customer response, that people are pleased they can kind of kill more than one bird with one stone? For
sure. We get a lot of that, and a lot of people tell us that's one of the reasons they went with us. In fact, I had a customer yesterday just tell me the same thing. So, and that's one of the reasons we got into like pools too, in-ground pools. We got into about 3 years ago as well, was because so many customers just want to have one person they can go to and build a relationship with. So it's definitely a huge benefit.
Yeah, I can only imagine. And Caleb, you guys take on some pretty big projects, as we're seeing here in some of these photos that you have provided. But also, there's no project too small. So people can still call you with some of these minor things that really they don't have the handiness or they can't do themselves for whatever reason. You guys are still there for that.
We are. We're happy to install one tree or 1 yard of mulch or whatever the need of our customers are. We want to meet it however we can.
Yeah. So speaking of, when it comes to customization, Colin, talk about the process for a customer. So let's say they call you up and they have a number of things that they want to accomplish in their backyard. How does that look?
Yeah, usually it's just trying to get them to nail it down to what they're wanting to accomplish, what they use the space for, what they're looking for, what their tastes are, what they like, aesthetically what they like to look at and stuff like that, and then coming up with an actual design to meet their needs and meet the needs of the space, or meet the space itself. Kind of show them a plan, and then kind of show them what their options are and what we can do for them, show them a design, and then also get them pricing on everything. So.
And you do all of that in-house?
Yep, we do everything in-house. So from the drawing or meeting with them, talking about what they're looking for, coming up with the design, meeting with them again, picking out materials, then getting pricing and all that. So, and then installation, of course, as well.
Wonderful.
So.
And Caleb, something that you guys, you've grown so much over these last 20 years, but you are continuing to expand in different ways. So not so long ago, just a few years ago, you opened a garden center.
We did.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Our goal is to always be able to have the top quality materials and all the things that we want to have at our fingertips when we need it. And having our own garden center has allowed us to do that. So we purchased the old East Moline feed.
Okay.
That was right across the street from our shop. where we still sell dog food, we still sell bird seed, everything they had,
Yeah.
but then we've expanded on that, and we have trees and plants and outdoor furniture, and it's just given us another customer base. And we get landscape jobs from the garden center.
I was going to say, I feel like they go together really well. Like somebody is out there envisioning what they want to see in their yard, and they're purchasing their own plants and flowers, but going, what I really want to do is this, you know, in a year or 5 years. And it's a good, you know, it's a way to open a door for maybe something that you can work with these customers on in the future.
Yep.
Really cool. Okay, so we are looking at a lot of spring and summer video right now, and I hate to even say the word snow at this point, but you also have plenty that you can help people out with in the winter months as well.
Yep. We do commercial snow removal, and then we will do indoor, like an indoor bar or indoor projects like that if someone wants that too.
Wonderful. Okay, so you guys are keeping busy year round. Colin, you definitely are keeping busy year round. It sounds like.
Never short of work.
And you know, you're a family-owned business. You take a lot of pride in your community, and something that you guys are just getting involved in is a lot more community events. In fact, you just held one this spring.
Right.
You had an inaugural, what was an Easter event?
Easter egg hunt. Yep. So we teamed up with a couple other contractors in the area, and we started it, and it was a huge success, and we're excited to continue that and do other things like that moving forward.
Wonderful. Okay, well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Curb Appeal QCA and the Garden Center are both located in Carbon Cliff, Illinois. We have the address, the phone number right there on your screen. To learn more about services or to contact the business online, visit curbappealqca.com. Caleb and Colin, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for having us.
Thank